Starting from January 14, Saudi Arabia is implementing stricter work visa rules for overseas workers, particularly targeting Indians in an effort to streamline recruitment processes and improve workforce quality. The kingdom's Vision 2030 aims to create more opportunity for its citizens, but these new policies could have significant impact on Indian workers as well, who form the second largest community in that particular country. Now, this initiative requiring the pre-verification of professional and academic qualifications for all Indian workers applying for work visa could replace the influx of Indian workers to Saudi Arabia. With a limited number of qualified training centers here in India to ensure the quality control of workers, this move could make it more challenging for Indian workers to meet the new standards. As of 2024, there are over 2.4 million Indian workers in Saudi Arabia, with 1.64 million working in the private sector and around 7,85,000 in domestic works. Indians are an essential part of labor force and kingdoms, contributing significantly to industries ranging from construction and healthcare to hospitality. Now, these workers, including women, also send substantial remittances back to India, supporting their families and communities back home. However, the new verification requirements, combined with the limited number of test centers in India, could make it very difficult for many Indians to continue seeking employment in Saudi Arabia. Let me give you an example here. Test centers for car drivers are located in remote areas such as Ajmer and Sikar in Rajasthan, forcing applicants initially from southern states to travel long distances. The language barrier and logistical issues further complicate the process, leaving many frustrated in the system. While Saudi Arabia claims that these measures are meant to improve workforce quality and align with the Saudization policy, which prioritize employment for locals, there is growing concern about the exploitation of Indian workers, both in the term of work condition and wages. Many Indian workers, specifically those in low-income jobs, have reported poor living conditions, longer working hours, and inadequate compensation. The kafala system, which ties worker visa to their employers, has often led to abuse of the power, with workers unable to leave their jobs without the employer's permission. Now, the system has been notorious for making workers vulnerable to exploitation, such as delayed salary, no payment of wages, and restricted movement. Furthermore, the exploitation of Indian workers in Saudi Arabia is not just a matter of poor working conditions, but it also involves the broader issue of recruitment agencies here in India charging a massive fee to secure jobs in the kingdom. Now, these agencies often lure the workers with the promises of high-paying jobs, only for them to arrive in Saudi Arabia and found themselves in low-paying, very small role with their passports held by employers and limited right to complaint. This exploitation, coupled with the new visa verification requirement, raises serious concern about whether these changes will genuinely benefit Indian workers or it will just further torture the Indian workers. The situation is further complicated by the fact while Saudi Arabia emphasizes the importance of Saudization and offering more jobs to its citizens, many Indian workers are in highly skilled note that Saudi nationals may not yet be equipped to fill. Indian professionals, particularly in the medical engineering and IT sector, have been vital to functioning of Saudi Arabia's economy, and their skills are deeply embedded in the kingdom's growth story. But with stricter rules, these workers may find it more difficult to gain access to the job opportunity in the kingdom. This in turn could lead to decrease in remittances that Indian workers send home, which form a very crucial part of India's economy. In an attempt to elevate the potential hardship faced by Indian workers due to the new visa rule, there have been discussions regarding the improvement of the recruitment process, including the mediation processes for labor disputes. While the Saudi Labor Ministry has claimed that it is working to improve worker conditions, including those of the women. By making the dispute resolution process more streamlined, many Indian workers feel that these measures are not enough to address the broader issue of exploitation. Women workers, although benefiting from some recent reforms, still face gender-based discrimination in the workplace, often earning less than the male counterparts and being subject to additional challenges such as restricted mobility. It remains to be seen how these new rules will affect the future of Indian workers in Saudi Arabia. While the aim is to improve the quality of the workforce and provide better opportunity for Saudi nationals, there are genuine concerns about whether the new rules will just push Indian workers into more vulnerable position or not. As one of the largest communities in the country, Indian workers play a vital role in the growth and development of Saudi Arabia. But without addressing the issues such as exploitation, unfair labor practices, and the challenges posed by the new work visa regulation, it is certainly unclear whether they will continue to thrive or face even more obstacles in the years to come. The reality for many is that while Saudi Arabia's economy continues to grow, Indian workers might find themselves caught between improving their qualification to meet new requirements and coping with the exploitation in the foreign land.